Today's video might not go to plan. Let's get wise together. Today's nugget of wisdom is that plans give us direction, but it's perseverance that often gets you there. It's not about having the perfect plan, it's about trying to stay on course. Now let's look at a visual that very much summarizes this principle, and I actually drew it first time because of a little blunder I had with my newsletter a few years ago. Your plan might look quite straightforward, but what actually happened is a very different story. Can you relate to this visual? You'll note that in the wisdom section, I said about trying to stay on course. The reality is that even with the best laid plans, you will likely go off in weird and wonderful directions. But here's the reminder. Progress rarely looks like the plan that you made, but that doesn't mean that you're completely off track. Let's unpack this further with today's saying, and it comes courtesy of someone I keep referencing recently, Bruce Lee. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I love this saying. I think it's really important that we recognize what Bruce is trying to say here. It is that what matters isn't how perfectly things go, it's whether you keep going when they don't that counts. Let's unpack this further with today's explanation. We love a clear plan, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then success. It feels organized, predictable, and we all like to be in control, right? But life rarely works out like that. Instead, it often looks more like delays, detours, mistakes, unexpected opportunities, and moments where you really have to question everything that's going on around you. And in those moments, it's easy to think that this isn't working. I've messed up or I'm off course. But here's the truth. Being off plan doesn't mean you're off purpose. Most meaningful journeys are messy. I'd write it more like this. The difference between those who get there and those who don't isn't perfection, it's perseverance. So today I want to encourage you with these 3 ways to stay on course. The first is simple. Expect the detours. Things will go differently than you have planned. That's okay. When you expect that, you're less likely to quit when it does actually happen. The second is to adjust, don't abandon. Just because a plan A didn't work doesn't mean that the goal isn't worth pursuing. Adapt your approach, not your ambition. And then third and finally, focus on direction, not perfection. I love something that rhymes, keeps it a bit punchy. You don't need to move in a straight line. You just need to keep moving in the right direction. You might not follow the path that you imagined, but you can still arrive where you're meant to be. If you want to unpack this further, I encourage you to reflect on these 3 journal prompts. The first is, where has my plan not gone as expected recently? Number 2 is, am I interpreting that as failure or part of the journey? And number 3 is, what is one way I could adjust and just keep moving? If you want to unpack the principle of journaling a little bit more, I've got you covered with Journal Wiser. It's a website that teaches you everything that you need to know about this long-lasting healthy habit. Now, let's check out today's principle of, not principle of wisdom, it's the resource. It's a very hot day here in the UK. I do apologize. Today's principle or today's resource is a TED talk from Angela Duckworth called Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance. In this video, Angela reflects on the real defining factors when it comes to career, competition, studies, and just life in general. Ultimately is your psychology. She shares that from her research, she has found that it's less about having natural talent or good looks, social intelligence. It's more about having your ability to persevere, even in the midst of adversity. Angela went on to produce a book on this topic, which is well worth checking out too, but if you've only got 6 minutes, I encourage you to check out the link in the description for the TED Talk. Thank you so much for checking out today's video version of Wiser. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to check out this full playlist here for all of the Wisers that I've done in previous weeks. And I'll catch you next week for another new video.